students, I am Ghazala Sharik Hassan and this lecture is for class 9th English from the book Beehive. Chapter 1, The Fun They Had. The Fun They Had is a science fiction story by American writer Isaac Asimov. This story takes us to the world of future, where computers will play a major role. This story is regarding school life and how those students who do not go to school miss school. The setting of the story is in the future, that is, in the year 2157, when perhaps there will be no schools, no books. Now, how those students will miss going to school and will feel that their forefathers, who are their forefathers? That is present generation. You all would be their forefathers, had fun going to school. Well, before moving further, let's talk about the important characters of the chapter. The first very important character is Margie. Margie is also the protagonist of the story. She is 11-year-old and Tommy's friend. Tommy is Margie's 13-year-old friend who finds an extremely old book in his attic. Now, what does attic mean? Attic means cellar, storeroom, complete with wrinkly, yellowing pages. Now, the third important character is the county inspector. The county inspector is a mechanic who fixes Margie's mechanical teacher when the lessons are too difficult for her. Margie's mother, Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones is Margie's mother. She expects Margie to succeed in her education and is disappointed when Margie has difficulties with her geography lessons. Now let's go through the chapter, The Fun They Had. Margie even wrote about it that night in her diary on the page headed 17 May 2157. She wrote, "Today Tommy found a rare book." So, Margie writes a diary on the night of 17th May 2157. So right now we are living in 2020. As told earlier, the story is set in future in the year 2157. So almost more than 1 century, that is 137 years from now. She writes in her diary that Tommy found a rare book. It is extremely surprising for her. What is extremely surprising for her? Seeing a real book is extremely surprising because in their times real books do not exist. So how do they study? They study with the help of e-books. Now let me tell you what a e-book is. E-book means electronic book, a book publication made available in digital form, which allows it to be read on a computer or handheld device. Now let's see the next paragraph. It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. So this incident, what incident? Finding a real book reminds Margie of her grandfather. Her grandfather once told her that his grandfather, now whose grandfather? Margie's grandfather's grandfather studied all the books that were printed on paper. Now let's see the next paragraph. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen, you know. And then when they turned back to the page before, it had the same words on it that it had when they read it the first time. Margie was talking about the book that Tommy had found. She says that the pages of the book had turned yellow and they had been crushed as it was very old. The children found it very funny to read the words which stood still. Now, what does it mean that the words stood still? It means as the words were printed on the pages, they did not move. On the other hand, the books that Margie and Tommy read were e-books. So, in the e-books, how it happens? The text keeps on moving as the screen moves. But it was different in the books printed on the pages. This was very strange experience for these children. When you have a book which is printed on paper, whenever you flip the pages, you get to see the same thing, isn't it? Written on the pages. On the other hand, in an e-book, the text keeps on changing on the screen. The screen is same. You have the same screen in front of you, but the text keeps on changing. So when you go back, the text is different. Gee, said Tommy, what a waste. When you are thorough with the book, you just throw it away, I guess. Our television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away. Tommy did not like the printed book. He was of the opinion that it was a waste to have such kind of book, because after completing a book, you have to throw it away. You cannot have some different story written on the same page. On the contrary, he felt that the computer screen was very good because the same screen had shown him many books and still he could read many more on it. He would not have to throw it. Throw what? Throw that screen away once they had gone through a particular story. Now, same with mine, said Margie. She was 11 and hadn't seen as many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13. So Margie agreed with Tommy. And Margie was younger than Tommy. So she had seen less books comparative to Tommy. She said, where did you find it? In my house, he pointed without looking because he was busy reading in the attic. What's it about? A school. Now Margie asked Tommy where had he found the printed book. Tommy replied to Margie that he found the book in his storeroom. He was so engrossed in reading that he didn't even remove his eyes from the book while answering. Margie asked what the book was about. Tommy replied, the book was about a school. Margie was scornful. School? What's there to write about a school? I hate school. Margie always hated school, but now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical teacher had been giving her test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head sorrowfully and sent for the county inspector. So, Margie does not like the school, and so she said in a disgusting manner that there's what to write about school. Now, why did Margie hate school? Margie's school was a virtual classroom. It was not a real school like we have today. So the future we are talking about, the schools will be virtual classroom. There will be robot teachers that will be teaching the children. Margie hated her mechanical teacher because it was giving her so many tests in geography which was very difficult for her, and she was performing very bad. Finally, her mother thought that there was something wrong with the machine, and so she had called the county inspector to check it. He was a round little man with a red face and a whole box of tools with dials and wires. He smiled at Margie and gave her an apple, then took the teacher apart. Margie had hoped he wouldn't know how to put it together again, but he knew how all right, and after an hour or so, there it was again, large and black and ugly, with a big screen on which all the lessons were shown and the questions were asked. That wasn't so bad. So here the feature of the county inspector has been given. How the appearance has been described. The county inspector came to check the mechanical teacher. He was a round little man with a red face. A whole box of tool was with him. And after smiling, he just took the robot apart. After seeing this, Margie just wished that the county inspector didn't know how to fix it. But the county inspector was expert in it, and he fixed that robot teacher again. Now let's see the next paragraph. That wasn't so bad. The part Margie hated the most was the slot where she had to put homework and test papers. She always had to write them out in a punch code. They made her learn when she was 6 years old, and the mechanical teacher calculated the marks in no time. So, Margie hated this mechanical teacher the most because she had to submit her homework and test papers to it. Margie had to write her homework and her test papers in a particular punch code, that is a computing language. She had learned the language at the age of 6. The machine checked the papers and calculated her marks in a few seconds. The inspector had smiled after he was finished and patted Margie's head. He said to her mother, "It's not the little girl's fault, Mrs. Jones. I think the geography sector was geared a little too quick. Those things happen sometimes. I have floated up to an average 10-year level. Actually, the overall pattern of her progress is quite satisfactory." And he patted Margie's head again. So, the county inspector said that Margie was getting bad marks in geography. It is not her fault. She is getting bad marks because the machine was not working properly. It was geared to a higher level. He said that sometimes machines malfunctioned, and that is what had happened. He had slowed it down and set to the pace of a learner of 10 years of age. He said that Margie was learning at a good pace. He again patted Margie's head in order to cheer her up. Margie was disappointed. She had been hoping that they would take the teacher away altogether. They had once taken Tommy's teacher away for nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. So she said to Tommy, why would anyone write about school? Now let's see the explanation of this paragraph. Margie was sad because she did not want to study from this machine, and she wanted that the inspector should take it away. Margie is reminded of the time when Tommy's mechanical teacher had taken away for repair for almost 1 month, and he was enjoying his time as he didn't have any teacher. It had been taken away because the history sector of the machine that taught the history subject had been wiped out. So the mechanical teacher did not have any memory of it and had to be taken away for repair. So now we know the reason for Margie's dislike for school. So she asked Tommy that why would anyone write about school? Tommy looked at her with very superior eyes because it's not our kind of school, stupid. This is the old kind of school that they had hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully, centuries ago. So, Tommy was looking at Margie with superior eyes because he knew something that Margie was not aware of. He said that Margie was silly because she did not know that many years ago the school was not the kind they had. Tommy wanted to stress on the time period and said that centuries ago the school were not like the ones they had. Margie was hurt. Well, I don't know what kind of school they had all that time ago. She read the book over her shoulder for a while and then said, anyway, they had a teacher. Now, Margie was hurt at Tommy's behavior and she said that she did not know what kind of a school they had centuries ago. She was curious and imagined a group of children being taught by a human teacher. She looked over Tommy's shoulder, trying to read the book, and said that perhaps they had a teacher. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. So he said that it wasn't a machine. It was a man who taught them. Tommy is referring to a machine teacher as a regular teacher because that is what they are used to. That is the teacher they had, a machine. So Margie could not believe that a man was a teacher because she had always seen a machine doing that. Tommy tells that the man who taught the class discussed many things with the students, gave them homework, and then asked them different questions based on it, just like their mechanical teacher did. Margie said that a man teacher is not as smart as the machine teacher. Man teacher, it is unbelievable for Margie that a man could be a teacher. Sure, he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. He knows almost as much, I betcha. Margie wasn't prepared to dispute that. She said, I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me. Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much. Margie, the teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. Now Tommy asked Margie not to underestimate the human teacher. He said that he is as he said that his father is as knowledgeable as machine, and By doing so, he just compares the machine to his father and says that his father knows as much as his machine teacher. Tommy could bet on it that the human teacher knew as much as mechanical teacher did. Margie did not want to discuss this further and added that she did not want a strange man, the human teacher, to come to her house and to teach her. Tommy found it very funny when Margie said that she did not want a strange man. He said that teachers didn't come to the student's house to teach. They had a special building, a school, and the students went to the school to study. And all the kids learned the same thing, sure, if they were the same age. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. Just the same, they didn't do it that way. Then, if you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. I didn't say I didn't like it, Margie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. So Margie was astonished and asked that did all the children learn the same thing? Tommy said that all the children of the same age studied the same thing. Margie refers to a machine teacher. She says that her mother told her that the machine had to be turned to the level of each boy or a girl who was studying from it. So each child had to be taught separately depending on their level. Tommy replied that in the past they did not do it that way. He got irritated at Margie and said that she need not read the book. Margie is interested in the book. She is curious to know what kind of schools were there. They weren't even half finished when Margie's mother called Margie school. Margie looked up. Not yet, Mama. Now, said Mrs. Jones, and it's probably time for Tommy too. Margie said to Tommy, can I read the book some more with you after school? Maybe, he said nonchalantly. He walked away, whistling, the dusty old book tucked beneath his arm. So Margie has read just half of the book when her mother called her as it was time for her to attend her virtual school. Margie's school was in the next room, next to her bedroom. She said to her mother that not yet. She did not want to go to school. Margie's mother said to Tommy that it was time for him to go to school too. Margie was so interested in reading the book that she asked Tommy if she could read the book with him after school. Now, maybe, he said nonchalantly. Nonchalantly means not showing much interest or enthusiasm or saying something carelessly. Tommy tried to ignore her and said that maybe she could read it. Margie went into the schoolroom. It was right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher was on and waiting for her. It was always on at the same time every day except Saturday and Sunday. Now Tommy was feeling very great because Margie was interested in reading the book. He placed the book under his arm and he went off to his home. Margie reached her school. It was a room next to her bedroom. It was a virtual classroom. There was a machine teacher for Margie. It was on and it was waiting for her to begin teaching her. Margie studied all the days except Saturdays and Sundays at the same time from his mechanical teacher. Margie's mother was very particular. She had told Margie that she would learn better if she would study every day at the same time. Now let's see the next paragraph. The screen was lit up and it said, "Today's arithmetic lesson is on the addition of proper fractions. Please insert yesterday's homework in the proper slot." Now Margie sat in front of the machine similar to a computer and the machine was turned on. It said that the lesson of the day was in arithmetic and the topic was addition of proper fractions. Further, it instructed her to insert the homework of the previous day in the slot for inserting the homework. Margie did so with a sigh. She was thinking about the old schools they had when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. All the kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard, sitting together in the schoolroom, going home together at the end of the day. They learned the same things so they could help one another with the homework and talk about it. And the teachers were people. Margie's life is also very mechanical, just like a machine. There is no fun in her classroom. It is very dull and boring, just like a machine. Margie is thinking of the story told to her by her grandfather. Her grandfather told her that his grandfather used to go to school when he was a little boy. As Margie is bored with this machine, she is reminded of that life. This is the life that you all are living at present, but for the future kids, it will be just a memory of the past. So, when Margie comes to know that in the past children used to go to school, they sat together, laughed, and shouted in the school, she gets curious about it and wants to go to school. Margie feels that school is so much fun. Children get together, they study in a fun way, they get the same homework and they can discuss it, take help and talk about it also. So all the students become friends and study in a fun way. And the teachers were people. The mechanical teacher was flashing on screen when we add fractions 1 upon 2 and 1 upon 4. Margie was thinking about how the kids must have loved it in the old days. She was thinking about the fun they had. She found it very strange that the teachers were not machines but they were human beings. As Margie had inserted her homework, the machine started with the lesson. There was no pause, no time for fun, no time for chatting, and no time for interacting with friends. Margie is just thinking about the kids of the past, about you all who went to school and enjoyed studies. Now our chapter ends over here. Thank you, students. Now students, let's see the questions based on the chapter. I would suggest you all to go through the chapter once on your own and after that read the questions. Now let's see the question. The first question is, how old are Margie and Tommy? In the beginning of the chapter, we read the age of Tommy and Margie. So you can answer this question. What did Margie write in her diary? It is also in the beginning of the chapter. So first go through the chapter. After that, try these questions on your own. Thank you, students.